Hello class, this is my presentation on managing gray wolf and livestock encounters in the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem. My name is Jessie Fahrenholt and this is for EVSP 501, Environmental Management. The topic is examining the effects of the reintroduction of gray wolves into Yellowstone National Park on livestock in the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem, and focusing on how to decrease the encounters between gray wolves, livestock, and ranchers. On the left, there is a map that shows the relation between Yellowstone National Park and the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem. Our vision is to achieve peaceful cohabitation between ranchers, livestock, and gray wolves in the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem. Our first management alternative is to choose livestock locations based on the avoidance of elk migratory routes and resident elk areas. Understanding how wolf movements are influenced by shifting prey distribution in such mixed-use landscapes can aid in efforts to integrate the often disparate goals of managing large carnivores, ungulates, and domestic livestock. On the right, there is a map of the elk migration in the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem. The quote above also comes from a study that was done from the east entrance of Yellowstone National Park to Cody, Wyoming, which you can also see on the map. Our second management alternative is to place livestock grazing locations closer to high human activity, causing wolf avoidance. Our third management alternative is to focus on preventative measures. These include motion sensors, screaming and shouting at the wolves, gun firing into the air, fencing, and light and sound alarms. Our fourth and final management alternative is to use controlled hunting as a last resort. This shall be for individual wolves, shall not jeopardize favorable conservation status, which means that the population of wolves is stable for the foreseeable future, and the authorities will decide whether the applicant shall be granted permission to use controlled hunting. This will only be for property owners who have been exposed or are at the risk of exposure to damage. For our success criteria, we're focusing on 5 things over the next 5 years. We want the number of wolf to livestock encounters to decrease, the number of ranchers reporting preventative measures that are working increases, the number of controlled hunting permits requested decreases, and the number of wolves killed also decreases. We also want continuous stakeholder involvement because the ranchers are part of the stakeholders, and we want them to be happy and to be willing to share their actual numbers on if the encounters are decreasing and if the wolves that are killed is decreasing as well. These are the references used for my presentation. Thank you.